Producer Mel here. Houston and I are out of the country, so we apologize for what you're about to hear. You are listening to the DU Football Show?
Yeah, so this is the second time we're doing this because the first audio file got messed up. So we're going to do a very abbreviated version of what actually happened.
Yay.
Sound good, everybody?
Yay.
Let's make it quick.
All right, perfect. So I got Rob with me. I got Russ in the producer's chair. And the Houstons are out of the country, so we're going to do what the fuck we want. Let's start the show. Hello and welcome to the Drunken United Football Show, a completely biased recap of the English Premier League as told by two common American schmucks. I'm your host, Sam Graham, and across the way from me is the agitated Rob Holmes.
Oh, hi, people.
How you doing, buddy?
Yep, I'm here.
Yeah.
He was much happier like 3 hours ago.
I know, when we started this whole debacle. So guys, the audio file got screwed up from the actual show. So
It was a good fucking show.
I know,
too.
it was a very good show.
Sorry, everyone.
Yeah, it is what it is. Shit happens. Admin not being our strong suit, and the one person that does decent admin isn't here. So we're just going to blow through everything and do a quick recap of what happened this weekend. But we were recording outside. I'm sorry. Let's start that again. We're recording at Studio H just outside our nation's capital. There we go. No more dyslexia. You can find us on just about every social media platform you can think of. Remember to share, subscribe, rate, review. And should you want to chat with us, there's many ways you can. Robbie, why don't you tell the people how they can get in touch with us, please?
You can find this show on all social media platforms at DU Football Show, and you can email us at dufootballshow@gmail.com. And Sam Graham has one email to read and respond to.
We did get an email from Keith, part of the Mobtown Magpies. He came out to the live show, which was awesome. And he emailed over the weekend and said, since the next show will be all about you, I was wondering what are the weekend's matchups that are most like sticking a needle in your eye. Really, Arsenal-Everton was pitiful, to be completely honest with you. Burnley and Bournemouth was horrendous. Didn't really care to watch that. And Watford Man U, there was no real quality on display there either. So there you go. He also asked how drunk was I for the early match when my Arsenal took on Sam's Everton, and actually wasn't because I had to work. So didn't do a lot of day drinking at all. So that was that. But Russ and I both work in the wine and spirits industry. Rob does not, but he is still passionate about all things distilled spirits.
Get in my belly.
And he brought in a lovely whiskey from somebody he knows, actually. So why don't you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, we're drinking a locally distilled whiskey out of Virginia. The distillery was started by a friend of mine, Nick Chaffee, and his business partner, Mark Turner. Their distilling operation is on Lost Mountain out in De La Plaine, Virginia. They've also built a cabin that you can rent on Airbnb for a nice mountain excursion. They also have a bottling shop in Fairfax where you can purchase their whiskey, and they're also sold at a couple select DC liquor stores and are in a couple of restaurants, Bobby Vance to be specific for one. They offer only single barrel straight bourbon whiskeys, one with a wheat mash build and one with a rye. Currently, we're sipping on the rye. It comes in at 90 proof, and it runs about $30 on the shelf. You can find more information on them at lostwhiskey.com. And if anyone has any more questions about that, just hit the show up, and I'll get that answered for you.
Yeah, absolutely. It's excellent whiskey, by the way.
Yeah.
All right, boys, good show.
Let's make sure we all drink responsibly.
That too.
Yeah, we probably should. All right, let's get into it. Oh, before we get into it, shout out to the USA Toffee podcast. They had Houston on the other day. And so welcome to anybody that's new listening to the show after he got to plug us on there. So welcome, and thanks for having him on.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, talking about the Toffees and our Arsenal, got off to a shitty start to the weekend with a very drab 0-0 draw. Barely anything happened on the field. Main story was the two new coaches that were both in the stands for this one, Ancelotti and Mikel Arteta. Never saw anybody regret their decision so quickly in my life.
Yep.
The product on the field was terrible. There was 2 shots on target by Arsenal, both coming in the second half. Everton didn't register a single shot. It was a pretty poor display from both sides.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's horrible. Liverpool was supposed to play West Ham, but instead they went off and conquered the world.
Another trophy for the cabinet.
There you go. First time y'all have ever won that trophy.
That is correct. Only the second English club to have won that trophy too, I believe. After Man U back in 2006.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, I think that's right. Wow. Good for you. Too bad, man, you did it first. City took on Leicester. Top 4 battle. City comes out victorious. This is probably the biggest game of the weekend. Jamie Vardy, excellent goal to open proceedings. And then City just citied. I think they held 66 or 67% possession in this game and really did put Leicester under the cosh.
It was a quick-paced game, I feel. Leicester City was sitting there just watching Kevin De Bruyne just pass across them all match long.
Yep. And Jamie fucking Vardy, I had mentioned this on the first time we did the show. He has 33 goals in 61 games against the Big Six, and that's the most of any player.
That's a great return.
Ever.
That's fantastic. Yeah, he relishes a big moment for sure.
And Kevin De Bruyne was just doing his thing.
He was going nuts. And
Yeah.
Riyad Mahrez was unplayable as well. Really puts a damper on Leicester's, kind of weak title challenge.
Right.
They were still pretty far behind. I think if Liverpool comes back and wins, or especially if they beat Leicester on Boxing Day, I think there's going to be that might be it. Put the final nail in the coffin.
More
there.
pressure, yeah, absolutely.
Man. All right, Tottenham and Chelsea played in the Jose Mourinho derby, the real one, since he coached Chelsea twice over a long period of time. However, he lost to his former club and his former pupil in Frank Lampard 2-0. Willian broke the deadlock in spectacular fashion after 12 minutes. But Tottenham throughout the game, I thought this was odd, just really looked at 6s and 7s during the whole match. Dele Alli at one point, I think, was playing left back.
And Son was complaining about a red card that
That was a definite red
Yeah.
card.
there's probably two red cards.
Yeah,
That was
Gazzaniga
possible, yeah.
with his, he should have gotten a red as well. That
Yep.
was horrendous. He had a chance to catch, head, run back, catch it again, but
Instead,
instead,
they just took him out.
yeah, comes shoulder height with a flying boot. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yep.
And actually only escaped with a yellow, but very, very funny. But Rudiger going down after the challenge from Son was a bit soft. But he definitely kicked out and definitely violent conduct. It doesn't matter what you actually do to the opponent, your intent.
The intent matters, yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And so at that fully justified red, but he's such a nice guy. You feel for him here.
I mean, he didn't break anyone's ankle on this one, but I don't know why.
I-
But he's a great guy.
Yeah, and just have a need to point out and give a quick mention to the fucked up racism that happened following this by the Tottenham supporters against Tony Rudiger. It's absolutely ridiculous that we're still dealing with this, and it's really a shame that this is how people see fit to express themselves at a football stadium, in life in general, but at a football stadium especially.
Yep.
You don't go to other people's jobs and verbally accost them and abuse them. Why are you doing it here? And it's not about their play on the field. It's not about their attitude. It's not about anything other than the color of their skin. And it's fucking ridiculous.
Yep.
All right, Watford beat up on Man U 2-0 in probably one of the ugliest games of the weekend.
Absolutely.
It was
Yep,
horrible to
yep.
watch.
But give Watford the credit. It's their second win of the year.
Right. Now they only have one less win than they've had managers.
Yeah, Manchester United didn't register a shot on goal till the 60th minute, I think.
Yeah, 58th, I think
Yeah,
you said.
yeah.
Yeah, when we did this originally.
Jesse Lingard.
Fluffed that chance. That
Oh,
was
man.
probably the
Just-
best chance in the
Yeah.
game up to that point.
Yeah, why you chip the keeper?
Running full
Full
speed.
speed.
Yeah, stupid.
Dumb.
Absolutely stupid.
And Paul Pogba
Did
came
return
back.
return to
Came
action.
back.
Yep,
First
and
game since
that's
September.
as you pointed out earlier that no one will hear. He
I made a lot of good points in that.
I
show.
know he definitely changed the game, right? So he came in and United actually came to life and
Yeah,
started.
they were
he brought
creative,
some
man. They had
creativity.
chances. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. But really, Watford scored with their only 2 shots on target. They were actually ruthless for a change. I mean, be honest, it was really David De Gea's fault. Playing patty cake and then having the ball hit off his face and go into the back of the net from Ismail Sarr.
I saw a cat on Facebook made a better save than.
I saw that too. You talking about the thing my mom tagged me in?
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. From a keeper of his quality is absolutely terrible. And then Wan-Bissaka brought down Sarr, and then Deeney dispatching the penalty, sending De Gea the wrong way. And despite their statistical dominance, Watford seemed well in control for me.
Agreed.
Agreed?
Yep.
All right, Villa played Southampton in a kind of an undercover six-pointer. This wasn't really billed as such, but Villa now find themselves in the relegation zone after losing 3-1.
Yeah, and they deserve to be there.
Yeah.
Based on their play.
I would agree with that. They're conceding goals and they're not scoring, and that's not a recipe to win football matches.
Yeah, you can't watch what's going on around you if you're playing defense.
No, absolutely. And without Tyrone Mings, that back line looks very soft. And I still don't know what Wesley's doing up there. He for whatever reason can't find the back of the net to save his life.
Yeah. Yep.
Great goal from Grealish though, and also a great goal reminded me of you back in the day with Danny Ings and his left peg and a little swivel and rocket.
Yeah, only about 10 years ago.
Yeah, but still.
Whatever.
All right, Norwich hosted Wolves. I'm sorry, and lost 2-1. They're another team that is conceding goals like crazy and not scoring enough. Although you have a little bit more faith in Timu Pukki than you do in Wesley for Villa.
Not because of his looks, though.
No,
Or his name.
Ugly man. Ugly man. Bald as well.
Yeah.
But Raul Jimenez tried some Jason Tremor ninja shit with the first chance of the game.
Yeah, we all know how that turned out.
Yeah, didn't come off.
Didn't. Yeah.
Todd Cantwell scored a beauty. Luckily, it fell to him, but very well done to sort his feet out. And then Roman Saiz with a header to equalize for Wolves. And then Raul Jimenez finally got some composure, calmed down, and slotted home Wolves' second goal.
Yep, and that was a Norwich game that they should have won because they dominated for the first 30 minutes of that game and had 3 or 4 chances that they should have easily finished.
Absolutely, just didn't kill the game off after they took the lead. All right, Newcastle hosted Palace, 1-1-0. Miguel Almiron finally scoring a goal after getting his first assist for the club a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, awesome for him.
Yeah, ripped his shirt off, promptly got a yellow card. It is what it is.
He didn't show any skin either.
No,
He was wearing a long sleeve
'cause
undershirt.
he has the undershirt on. Yeah, whatever. I guess you have to, if that's the rule, you have to give it to him. But what are you gonna do, right?
Yep.
But good for him. Steve Bruce seems to have Newcastle organized and playing very well. Brighton lost to Sheffield 1-0. This is a little bit of a surprise for me. Sheffield's been playing very well, but so's Brighton. Brighton likes to hold the ball and plays decent football, and just couldn't break Sheffield United down.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. And I think I'd mentioned in the first show, and that Houston and yourself would not like this, but VAR was perfect in that game and overruled 2 goals that were not goals.
Egan and then an offside for Brighton.
Yep.
Yeah.
So 3 straight wins for Sheffield, 5th on the table, coming into fucking Boxing Day.
That's insane.
Unreal.
That's insane. If you see Sheffield United in the Europa League next year, that's insane.
And Arsenal on the outside looking in.
Looking in, yeah.
Yeah.
If they get Europe and we don't.
Anyways, moving on.
That sounds like some grievances coming up.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Bournemouth and Burnley, I mean, Jay Rodriguez kind of had a header. That was the only shot on fucking
goal.
target.
Yeah.
And he didn't even mean to do it.
Yeah.
It hit his head, then it hit his shoulder, and somehow got in the back
I'm
of
going
the
to read
net.
right from the notes. Fuck this terrible game.
Yeah.
All right, moving
It was
on.
Horrible. All right, so give me a whistle. We got to do prediction time.
Prediction.
How's it going,
Not
guys?
prediction. Prediction.
Here we are. So Houston, who's not here, obviously, texted me his.
Do we
Bet.
want Houston soundtrack real quick?
Yeah, go for it. Might as well.
Big Sam's Lock of the Week.
Even though his lock of the week didn't come in because Marcus Rashford didn't score, which leaves him at minus 361. For Boxing Day, he's going to take the Foxes to beat Liverpool. at plus 235. So that's Leicester beating Liverpool at home plus 235. And then over the weekend, not a parlay, separate bet, he's got Villa to win at Watford. So an away win for Villa at plus 270.
Pat, what do you have?
I'm
Oh,
Rob.
wait, no, not
That's
Pat. Rob,
Rob.
I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Rob, what do you have?
Thursday, I'm picking the over on the Arsenal-Bournemouth game. We're going to do a manager bump on that game, and I think they're going to score collectively more than 3.5 goals. That's a plus 143 bet. And on Saturday, completely separate bet, I'm picking Norwich over Tottenham at plus 450.
That's a
Yep.
shout.
I'll put a hundo on that.
That's a shout. All right, so we got Pat's.
And now, it's time for our degenerate gambling friend Pat's Pick of the Week.
All right, so Pat writes in, excuse me. All right, thanks to Manchester City last week, I cut my debt in half. So this week I'm going to try and get out of the red with an all Manchester United parlay. Thursday, United hosts Newcastle, and I will parlay them winning straight up at minus 300. With also United beating Burnley on Saturday at minus 110. And the over in the Burnley United game at 2.5 goals at minus 120. On a $100 bet, that'll pay him out $366. And once again, he'll be in the lead on the show. Good luck and Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too, buddy. But that sounds like a me bet, so I think you're probably going to lose. I like to do that dumb shit, and you should probably just leave the shithousery to me. Okay? So for me, I've got midweek, I'm going to have Crystal Palace beating West Ham at plus 128. And then over the weekend, separately, I've got Newcastle and Everton drawing at plus 240. I think Everton's a little bit thin, and Newcastle are pretty organized and playing very well at the moment. So I don't think they'll have enough to beat Everton, but I do think that that they'll draw. And now we've got Kitty's bet. But because we're short on time, cut the music. We're just going to read this right out.
The first time we said, fuck that music.
I know.
You're in charge, so.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, that's still true, but in the interest of time. So this might be Kitty's last bet as Russ, in an ultimate power move, cooked Gertrude in front of her. And
Scarred for life.
Tried to scare her and intimidate her into not betting anymore. But however, I went up and visited her and asked her about it, and she turned down the Adele song she was listening to and waved her wing in front of her face, saying, "You can't see me," because that's right. She was hanging out with John Cena, listening to Adele, so she's picking Tottenham over Brighton for Boxing Day. And then I asked her what she was doing over the weekend, and she said she was going for martinis with 007, Daniel Craig. And so in that vein, I think she's picking Liverpool to beat Wolves on the weekend.
The power move worked.
She started betting for you. Is that it?
That is correct.
Yeah. There you go. All right. Well, it's sad you don't play with us anymore because you're old.
Yep. Old and beat up.
It's a sad day when you can't do the things you want anymore. You have to choose your body at some point.
Yeah, and the worst part is I fucked up my left foot or my left leg.
Right.
And that's the only
That's
thing
the
I have
one.
to play
Yeah.
soccer.
That's the one. So I'm coming to the age where I'm going to need to start making some choices here soon, too, to be fair. But I was not there. I was sick, and we lost 8-3, I think Houston told me, and he didn't really tell me a whole lot about it. So instead, in true Seinfeld fashion, being the 23rd at time of recording, it is Festivus, and we are going to air our grievances. So I've got 3 that I'm going to run through real quick, again, in the interest of time. Number 1, the renewal of public racism in world football.
Wait.
What?
That's not how it went the first time.
Oh, you're right. The first one actually is Houston.
Yeah.
Just
Love you.
this dictatorship that he has
Yeah.
in here, stifling my creative genius. So number 2, after Houston, is racism. No, but seriously, the racism that's been obviously very prominent in the last couple of months, internationally in England, is fucking terrible. You've got to stop it. It's going to take the players doing something drastic, walking off in the middle of a game. It's going to take other fans that know that it's wrong, that don't participate in it, calling those people out in the stands, alerting stewards to their behavior. It's going to take arrests. It's going to take
something more than what's going on now.
Absolutely.
Yep.
At the stadium over the weekend at Tottenham Stadium, they had to make 2 announcements over the loudspeaker. And they alerted the referee to it right away. Went and talked with the 4th official. They made the announcements, and they continued because obviously they had to make the announcement again. And it's fucking terrible. It's
embarrassing.
I hate it. I hate everything about it. It makes absolutely no sense to me. And these small-minded, little-dicked
Tottenham
fucking
fans.
assholes
Yep.
need to take a look in the mirror and decide what kind of human being they are. And if you're going to be this much of a shithead, then you don't deserve to go to the football. You don't deserve to be a part of the society, and you can fuck off.
Agreed.
My second is VA motherfucking R. It's pretty self-explanatory. I've said it multiple times. It's too inconsistent. Fucking hate it. That would be my second grievance. And my third grievance of this year is the Premier League defending, man. It's fucking atrocious. What happened to the hard-nosed, tough-tackling British style of defending? I mean, there's just too many foreigners in the league, too many continental, pretty players, if you will, or what is it?
I don't know. That's a great question.
But from 9th to the bottom of the league, all have negative goal differentials.
Yep.
Only the top 8 have positive goal differential. It's the defending in this league sometimes is atrocious.
Yep.
Schoolboy errors, fucking ridiculous. Rob, you got grievances over there, my friend?
Yeah, so my number 1 was the same as yours, racism. Fuck everybody that's involved in that dumb shit. Second one is something that's brought me to the brink this year. And if it wasn't for my love of the game in general, probably would have broken me completely.
Yeah.
Arsenal.
I can understand that. I can definitely understand
My
that.
fucking football club has... maybe I'm overreacting. I'm known to be an emotional guy that
You burned a
lashes
jersey.
out occasionally. Yeah, I did burn my jersey. It was an old one.
Right.
I have plenty more. But yeah, that's my number 1. And then second one is old age and
third
not
one.
being able to fucking play football.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think I told you earlier. I think I'm gonna come back for one.
Hey, need
Testimonial.
To get you a
just
testimonial.
to feel it
Yeah.
out.
Need to get you a testimonial for
It'll,
sure.
it'll turn into full time again, I'm sure. And
Right.
I'll fuck up the other knee. And
Yeah.
so
Is that, well, Craig's out there, and with his knee brace and 2 pounds of tape every week.
yeah, but he runs for 2 seconds and falls.
Well, that's true.
yeah, he dives
That's
constantly.
true. He doesn't get stuck in like you do. That's
Yeah.
for sure. Russ, grievances?
No grievances here. I'm just sitting on top of the table enjoying the view.
What a guy!
This guy over here, the fucking.
What a life he lives.
You need to lose in the next 14 games. If you get to that
Is
49,
is it at 35?
I think
right
they're
now?
at 35. Is that
Yeah.
right? You're 35 in the Premier League straight,
Correct.
unbeaten. If you get to 49, I'm gonna fucking burn your house down. That's
Burn
all I have left. This is
Don't
all I
take
have
that
left.
from you.
We suck. Don't take it from us. This is all we have left. You're going to lift your first Premier League title this year. The least you could do is lose one fucking game for me. I need the Invincibles. It is all I have left.
You've got the champagne on ice. You're ready to pop
Oh, yeah.
it.
I'm going to celebrate it like we won the league. Absolutely.
I can imagine the amount of text messages I will get that day from you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're not winning anything else this year, so
No,
got to
it's-
do something.
Damn straight. Damn straight. All right,
So-
gents.
Go ahead, you're good.
No, what?
No, I was just gonna say this is another year that we won't be seeing a St. Tottenham Day, so
Nope.
gotta celebrate something.
Yeah. We need something to be happy about. All right, guys. Any parting words?
Yeah, really sorry that this is so short, and we had a pretty badass show.
Yeah,
that
we had a
recorded.
really
It
good
was,
show.
It flowed pretty well. It wasn't too long.
It may be found at one day on this computer, but it's not being found today.
It's not being found today. I don't think
Nope.
it's going to be found ever. I actually
Nope.
scoured that computer pretty hard for
It
that
doesn't look
file,
good.
and it's
Yeah.
not.
It
Well,
does-
we just wanted to show admin is not our
a
strong suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the truth, and that's the kind of quality you can expect here at the Drunken United Football Show. So thanks for tuning in.
And don't forget the Patreon website.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but give us money so you can have more of this fucking bullshit. That's www.patreon.com/DUFootballShow. But again, also thanks to any new listeners we may have. And having Big Sam on the USA Toffee Pod. Thanks for coming out to the live show, as I said last week. And, enjoy Boxing Day, man. It's one of the most special days of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. Cheers.
A lot of fun. Thanks, guys.
The season's upon us, it's that time of year. Brandy and eggnog, there's plenty of cheer. There's lights on the trees and there's wreaths to be hung. There's mischief and mayhem and songs to be sung. There's bells and there's holly, the kids are gung-ho. True love finds a kiss beneath fresh mistletoe. Some families are messed up while others are fine. If you think yours is crazy, well, you should see mine.
He's going to be so pissed.
Yeah, he's going to be so mad.
He's going to be really mad at us. You had one fucking job. I can hear it now.
Well, it's actually not on us. It's on the Liverpool supporter in this room.
I just had to put my thumbprint on the show.
Yeah, thanks.
That may not be the only thing I put my print on around here.
Hey, but we had fun.
No, it was good.
Yeah.
We had a good time.
Yeah.
It was a great show. So sorry y'all couldn't hear it.
Yeah.
So you got
And Rob will never be back.
you got the quick version. It's not Russ's fault though.
No, it's not.
It just some shit happened with the computer. I don't know what it was. Sorry guys. Tune in next week.